especially at the end of a long work day where you're exhausted physically already. I really appreciate it.
Dude, people love to just say they're too tired to do this, too tired to do that.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go work out for an hour and cook some shrimp and steak, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm a firm believer in people like to just do the bare minimum or whatever the case, they call it quits. I personally never stop, right?
Yeah.
I don't like to stop. So
yeah.
Any chance I have to benefit someone else, and especially if it's in contrary to benefiting myself as well, but only if it's benefiting both of us, then I'm always more than happy to do it.
Amazing.
More than happy.
Amazing.
All right, man. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. I'll be here, man.
Cheers.
Feel free to leave me back here if you want.
Sure. Awesome. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Cheers, bro.
Okay. Yep, for sure. I hope you guys were encouraged by that conversation with Jet. He's really gracious and kind. So he's letting us share this experience, which is awesome. Just going to leave this here for him so he can get to work on the consent form. Consent, if you do not know me well enough, in my platform and things that really matter to me, is super important. Super important. Yes, we have 11 more minutes with him too, so it'll be a great conversation still. But yes, consent for me is super important because it's a way of saying to someone that I value their voice, I value their ability to be able to say yes or no. Because we're not all wired the same, and for some of us, we really want to keep our anonymity. We want to keep, in that zone where we feel like we're in control. When someone takes away your control by making decisions for you, it can be debilitating, right? It can be an expression that says, I don't honor and respect your rights to make those decisions, and I want to make sure that is highlighted. And so hence why I go through all this work of saying, hey, there's a consent form, so you and I are on the same page, we're all saying the same thing, and that kind of thing is so important for me. Anyway, I hope you're encouraged by this conversation that Jed and I are having. I never choreograph these conversations. I never choreograph them because I like going off of what is happening organically, and that's when I find it's real. Some of you have said I passed the vibe test. I appreciate that that sentiment, because it captures for me what we're trying to do, especially when we're talking about a vibe test. It says this is why this is important and valuable and significant, right? Is because I'm giving you the real me, they're giving you their real selves, and usually it's the real selves because they don't even know that they're going to be featured in the first place. So it seems like we live in a time when authenticity of this variety is at a premium and not often appreciated or highlighted in the way that it could be, and so that's why I'm thankful. So yeah, I'm gonna stop this monologue. But that's how I think through these things. And while I am here, I should make note of the way that you can keep in touch. If you want to hang out with me this way, the way I hang out with my riders, I'm trying to make myself available in such a way where you can have access to me. We can have these conversations that are meaningful, these connections where I can encourage you in your context. Not that I know all the answers, I don't. I've just seen enough life now. I've seen enough of life to know where I stand and why I stand where I stand. I guess another way to say it is I've made enough mistakes along the way that inspire and enable me to make the right decisions now. And I still make mistakes, but I think I have a really good ability to acknowledge when I make mistakes and to learn from them so that I'm going in a helpful trajectory. So yes, so that's why I want to say thank you even for watching this video. Thank you for watching this video and considering the things that we're talking about. Thank you for the way that so many of you have shown me love, kindness, encouragement. You've told me about how meaningful it is to watch my encounters with various of my riders in my Uber. You know, this is such a simple job. I'm just driving people from point A to point B all day, but it has been such an enriching experience it's been such an enriching experience for me as I am able to, I guess, share my perspectives, my ideas, my experiences in a way that people find really compelling, and they're like, yep, I want to move to that next zone of being a better person. That's a tremendous gift. He was talking about how he really appreciated how customer-centric I was. I acknowledge that. I definitely do want to highlight how I can serve my riders. That's really important for me. So that's why I'm thrilled by doing what I get to do here on an ongoing basis. I think it is fantastic. Oh, I love this song. This song is called Hall of Fame. Oh, so good. I'm gonna start again for you guys, okay? Here we go. And I'm not gonna sing it because I do not know the words. Such a good song. I love this version of the cover too. Get to know your name or something like that. If I had my trumpet, I'd be playing it right now for you guys. But I don't. I should start carrying my trumpet more often. Here he comes. His name again is Jet. Better throw my mask on because that's required now. Hey! That's okay, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. You're so welcome, man. No worries. Thanks for being willing to do that.
More than happy.
While waiting for you, I'm just doing a monologue on my camera here.
Okay.
To my followers who will be listening to this, and just telling them why I love my job and why I get to do what I get to do in a simple job like this.
A great attitude, man.
Thank you.
Very rare.
Well, I want to inspire more of it.
It's awesome to see, man. It's so unfortunate the kind of world we live in where it's becoming more and more about consumerism and more and more just about, you know, you're awesome, you're this, you're that. When at the end of the day, it should be, what are you doing to contribute to society and that honestly help, rather than what can you buy yourself to make yourself look like this? What can you do to do that?
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's sad.
On the one hand, I would say there is a necessary inward reflection that needs to happen before they look externally. Because if one isn't really solid and confident in where they're at and how they're proceeding forward.
Yeah.
But the variety you're describing, when it's like more narcissistic and egotistic, there we go. Yeah. That's the tough part, when they're being encouraged to be selfish in a way that takes away from others, right? As opposed to saying, how can I become the best version of myself? First, for me, not for how others see me, but because it matters who I am when I'm looking at myself in the window and no one's there to like give me adulations, right? I woke up recently, like super early in the morning. I was doing some work. I have a new kind of rigorous schedule that I'm keeping to try and make some of my goals. And my sister wakes up, you know, to do something. And she's like, man, you came home late last night and you're up this early again? And so I was helping her understand, for me, I found something that is worth losing sleep over, even though I still want to have balance and have good sleep.
Yeah.
I've found something worthwhile losing sleep over because I believe strongly in what it stands for, you know?
I get up at 3:30 a.m. every day to work out, cook, do everything I can to make myself prepared for my job that starts at 7. So I feel you, man. I do the same thing.
That is rare. Now, what drives you?
What drives me is that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of not just like I got up, I took care of myself, I made myself healthier, I made myself more knowledgeable by watching videos on what I want to educate myself on. But I also am like the reason why I do that as well is so that one day when I have the money that I'm going to work hard to have, I can give back to the people that helped me get there.
Gotcha.
That is my dream, man, is to not be able to go and buy myself a stupid $40,000 diamond Cuban link necklace. Like I want, you know what I mean? Like,
I hear you, yeah.
I want to buy my mom a car. I want to buy my brothers a house. Like whatever I can do to give back to the people that helped me.
Yeah.
That's what drives me, man.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Do you know what keeps me going too?
I was gonna say, what else keeps you going, man? Because it's not easy to keep that mentality.
I think you and I, in this season of life of struggle and striving and ambitious, like extending ourselves.
Yeah.
These experiences right now of hard work, of going without, of sacrificing. Like I was telling my sister the other day, I was driving home and seeing all these people down on 17th and that area in the Beltline there, you know, having a great time. That's where I live. And I was like, man, I would love to go and just hang out and make some friends, do whatever, but I'm not going to because I'm driven by the end result. End result for me is that I am like you, I'm going to make a huge difference in people's lives, right? That's okay, man. I'm going to make a huge difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
Not only by way of encouragement, but I'm so looking forward to the experience of being able to make some meaningful connections, for example, with social workers that I trust, who are going to give me insight onto who on their portfolios is really struggling and